Today on In the Woodyard, I'm in Minocqua, Wisconsin, and we're going to go look at bundled firewood at convenience stores, gas stations, and wherever I can find. We're going to check out pricing, packaging, and to see what kind of quality it is. So we're on the road. We're going to go do some checking of some bundled firewood. Here we go. So here I am. I'm at a very famous place. I'm at my buddy Paul's place. Paul's a big guy. He's got some animals and he's got some firewood logging equipment. We're gonna show you a little bit here. So here's his first piece of equipment. He's got a little ox. He's got this guy here, Babe, kind of a big ox. I'm sure he can move a lot of wood. And then here is Paul himself. He's a short guy. His foot is almost as big as mine, as you can see. Yeah, he's a big boy. That's about what I look like when I got an axe on my shoulder. I'll walk around so you can see him here. There it is. And there's Babe. There's Paul's butt. It's pretty wide, kind of flat like mine. We're gonna go on the road and we're gonna go look at some wood now. Here we go. So here I am. This place is kind of along the highway, and they've got pretty good looking wood actually. I see in the bundles here, this one's got some oak in it. There's some maple in here. Looks like there's some ash over here, more maple. Here's some birch down here. So it's a real mix of hardwood in here, and it's 0.75 cubic feet. And it's a certified vendor, so this guy's serious. He's got his label on it, their name on it. It's local. It's a local place, and it looks actually pretty good. The bundles are wrapped with shrink wrap through the middle, and then they got stapled handles that are actually very well done, nice and tight. And they're nice heavy bundles. But the problem that I see, I know from lifting this and looking at the wood, the oak is not dry. This right here has no checking at all whatsoever in it. There's no cracks here at all, no cracks here at all. Actually, hardly. There's a crack on that one. Looks like a piece of, I know that might be cherry, but when I lift it, it's very heavy. And I lifted several of these, and for the amount of wood there, it does not seem like it's dry actually. It looks like it's, looks like it might not be ready to burn. I don't know. I'd like to buy a bundle and try it, but I'm too cheap to do that. And I don't see any pricing anywhere for this. So I don't know what it is. I'll go find out right now. Okay, so I checked. It's $6 per bundle plus tax. So it's $6.33 per bundle. And like I said, I'm just too cheap to try it and burn it. But to me, it looks like it might not burn, or it would burn very difficult. It does not look or feel dry. Could be wrong. I've got my moisture meter. I can check it out. That's what I'll do. Okay, I am wrong. It is dry. I didn't see on the label. It says it's kiln dried. I put my meter into it and it's reading 9.6 on this piece. I'll check out another one here. I'm just going to kind of randomly. Here's a piece of cherry I'm going to check out next. And it says 5.3. Of course, I'm not splitting it open. Here's another piece. It's 8.5, 7.8 it's going down to. But I'm not able to split it, obviously, which you want to check the inside. But if it's kiln dried, it must be pretty good. I'm going to check out another one here. Let's check this one out. Yeah, it says it's good. It says 9%. So without splitting, I don't know exactly, but it appears to be dry. So I don't have any experience with kiln drying wood because I don't have it myself. I just do air drying. But it probably is good wood. But I don't know because I haven't split it open. We'll go down to the next spot right now. Here we go. I'm at my next stop here, and this place I went past. I couldn't even see that there was wood for sale here. I was looking at the front, there was just nothing here. But then I came back around, I turned around, I saw they had their little shack over here. This is nice because it's covered, but you can't even see it because it should be out front farther. It's the same manufacturer as the last place I was at, same kind of wood. And one thing I didn't mention at the last place is that it's obviously must be cut with a processor, it looks like, because the wood is very, very accurate, very even, very concise as far as all being similar cuts. But there it is, there's their pile. And there's no price on this one either. I'd have to go inside to ask, but I'm assuming it's going to be real close to the same. The last place was $6, so I'm assuming this is going to be similar too. So I'm on to the next one at the next gas station. Same manufacturer, same supplier, same wood, same bundles. So there you go. And he's got his racks pretty full everywhere. Of course, it's the middle of the week. Again, no price on it, so I'd have to go in and ask, but it's the same manufacturer. And this is down the road another, I don't know, 6-7 miles. But there it is. On to the next one. So now I'm down to the next gas station, which was, I think I'm no more than a block away from the one I was just at. And this one here, the wood looks very seasoned. It looks older wood. It's just tied together with binder twine. And they're pretty loose bundles, and there's a lot of punky stuff I see here. It's local Woodruff area. It's 0.60 cubic feet. I don't know if you guys can see that. So smaller bundles. Again, oh, there it is. I got a price, $4.99. So a little bit less wood, a little bit less money. But this stuff looks much drier. But again, it's probably not kiln-dried. But the rack is getting emptier. So there's that one. On to the next one. Not as nice a looking bundles, not as pretty, not as well presented like the last guy. The last guy, much better product, but maybe this burns better. Who knows? Down to the next one. So here I am at the next gas station, and we're back to the first supplier again. Same exact bundles. And the price is $5.99. It's in the window, this one you can see. Again, very good presentation. He's got lots of stuff to choose from, which is cool. So a lot of wood bundled very nicely. And it's in a very good location. It's right on the edge of Minocqua here, so they got a very good place to sell a lot of wood. Here's the next one. It says it's heat treated for 60 minutes at 140 degrees. And this is local too, it looks like. This looks like it says hardwood, but it looks like it's a lot of popple, softwood. But nice handles. There's some moisture I see in here in quite a few of them. And it's shrink wrapped real nice though, but it must be cut with a processor. You can see we're looking. But yeah, it's right down the road, but it looks like pretty good stuff. Might burn. So I'm at the next stop here. I got my moisture meter out. These are the same bundles that are made by one of the other places I stopped at that had the binder twine. It's the 0.60 cubic feet bundles, and there's quite a few of them. And I did moisture test. I see down here they've got yellow birch. There's some popple in here. There's some oak in here. There's pine. It is a little bit of everything. It's a regular potpourri of firewood. And I did moisture test a couple of the other chunks here. This one you can see is really cracked all the way through. And I checked it from the outside here. And it's registers a 10. And then I checked this one, and this one is a 13.5. So it's dry stuff. Looks more weathered than the stuff that was done with the kiln at the nicer looking wood. But this place also has these nice little bundles of kindling here, which are really nice. I'm going to find out how much these are. These are obviously cut-offs from probably some type of a mill that's making lumber, but they got some real nice looking pretty wood. So I'm sure this stuff probably does pretty well because it looks nice. But they're nice big huge heavy bundles. They've got to be a full cubic foot, I'm guessing. I'm going to find out how much it is. Okay, so I went inside, and these nice pretty kindling bundles are $8 a bunch, and the wood is $6.50 for the wood. So a little bit higher price for less wood here. So we're going to the next spot. Down the road we go. Down the road at the next place, this is another bait shop. I did 2 bait shops back to back here. They got 2 racks, as you can see, actually more than 2 racks. It's one real long rack and then one shorter rack. Same price, $6 a bundle. Same manufacturers, some of the earlier ones that I stopped at. It's the Foley's Forest products, as you can see. All kiln-dried, and nice handles, nice packaging, nice uniform pieces. So obviously this guy has done his homework, and they got a lot of locations to sell wood. So on to the next one. Here I am at the next spot. This stuff checks out at 10%. It's kiln-dried, different manufacturer. It's a place out of Anago, and it's kiln-dried wood. Not as nice as the place where I've been looking at some of the other places that have the wood, but it's still bundled pretty good. It's got good wrap on it, and no handle on these though, which I think makes a difference for ease of grabbing. But this is at probably one of the busiest type of convenience stores that there are. This is a Quick Trip, so they must supply 2 Quick Trips in this area is my guess, but they have a lot of wood. They have a real nice bunch of racks here, and the wood looks nice, kiln dried stuff. Real mixture of wood. Doesn't look like, I don't see any oak, I don't see any cherry, I don't even see any ash. Looks like a lot of soft maple from what I can tell anyway. Yeah, it looks like a lot of soft maple. Saw a little bit of birch in one of the things there, so it's just a mix of stuff. There's some ash down here I can see. So it's a mix of stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna go inside, get something to drink. So I'm now down the road at the next Quick Trip gas station, and they have the same supplier, obviously. Same wood, same bundles. Again, this is the place that has nice wrapping, nice size bundles. They are, it doesn't even say how much it is as far as size, but it looks to me like it's probably 0.75, maybe 1 cubic foot, something like that, in my guess. But I see they got just a little bit of birch in here again, a bunch of different stuff. Not as nice a wood as the first place, the place that was out of, I think, well, this place is out of Anago. Yeah, this place, the other one, where that other one was, not as nice looking wood, but they've got a bunch of it. Here's a whole nother rack down here. You can see, oh, there's the price, $6.49 per bundle, and I got a bunch of it. So I'm sure they sell lots of it because Quick Trips do a lot of business. They're always busy. It's a local chain. They have, I'm thinking, hundreds of locations, and they're growing all the time. It's Wisconsin based, and there's a lot of them. I think they're in 4 or 5 states now. So anyway, there's the wood. Here we are again. Now we are at a BP station, and again we got the guy that's got the nice handle straps, a nice wrapping, Foley's Forest products, and he is out of Tomahawk. That's where he is. This is the stuff that's the kiln dried. He's got 2 racks full. Looks like real good stuff here again, and the price is the same at $6 plus tax, so it would be $6.33. But he's got those nice racks. I'm sure they supply them. They put these 2x4 racks, which are the real nice, economical, cheap way to put up racks. Because all it is these 2 end pieces you can see. You slide a 2x4 in, and then the wood sits off the ground. So fast and easy to put together, and you can make them as long as you want, because you could put, you know, 16-foot 2x4s on here if you wanted. So you can make the racks really nice and big. But yeah, good display, and this guy's doing it right, or girl, could be a girl. Anyway, on to the next one. Here I am in Woodruff at the Ace Hardware, and they have pallets of wood from Foley's Forest products. This is the place that's got the handles with the nice wrapping again, as you can see. The price is $4.99, and they've got them wrapped in these bundles here where they're on pallets, so they're probably unloading them with a tow motor, which is really nice. And large quantity. Not as good of a location though. It's kind of tucked away back in the corner, and you got to kind of look for it. But I'm sure they still sell a lot of wood. So obviously, whoever Mr. Foley or his salesman is doing a good job of getting locations in this area. There's just a lot of it, so it's pretty impressive. So on to the next spot. So I was just leaving the Ace Hardware back there, and they've got an R-Store gas station out front, and I never even noticed this, but they've got more Foley's Forest products right here on a pallet. So Mr. Foley's doing a good job. He's got even more wood here, so he's everywhere. Okay, so here I am at another gas station. This wood must be very valuable because it's in a locked cage. The bundles look like they're pretty loosely wrapped, like they're falling apart. Odd sized pieces, not a lot of evenness. And looks like a bunch of punky stuff I can see right there. Looks like a variety of wood. But yeah, it's a cubic foot, it says. And there's a business card on every single one of them, so I guess that's good. But it's hard to get at, that's for sure. Here I am at another Christ Food Mart. There's 3 of them that I've stopped at now. Same supplier for all of them, obviously. Same kind of wood. And I did look at the sign at this one. I went up and looked, and it is $6.95 for 1 bundle, or $12 for 2 bundles. So it's a couple dollar price break. But here, as you can see, there's a bunch of moisture in there. So the wood is wet on the inside. You can see it down the side here too. There's all this moisture in there. So even though it's kiln dry, it's not super dry. And you can see here again, popple, aspen is what this pretty much all is. I don't see anything other than aspen in here, in this wood. So, and they've got 5 pallets, 3 pallets. They got 1 right there, 1 behind me, and then there's another one over here you can see too. And again, here, look at the moisture in there. So as the wood's sitting here, it's continuing to dry. Moisture all the way through here on the plastic. Because it is fairly closed on the end, it's not getting a lot of air. And so unless they're kiln drying, it's really doing a good job. I don't know, I would question that. And like I said before, I would take some and I would get some and burn it, but there's a bunch of different kinds. I just don't know which one to get, so I have to buy them all, and I'm not going to do that. I'm at another Christ gas station, and they got pallets here right out front. This is the only place they have their wood, is right between the gas pumps. There's one down over there, and then there's this one right here. They don't have any up by the front of the building, and so it's right on pallets, and they've got them wrapped. And I don't see a price in them. I'm assuming it's probably $6 a bundle, and it's definitely more of a popple and softwood. I mean soft maple, but it looks like a lot of aspen from what I can see here. But they're pretty light, so it feels like they're dry. It says they're dry, and it's 0.60 cubic feet, as you can see right there. But it says here contains a mix of hardwoods, harvested marinette cutting for a longer, hotter burn time with less smoke. Well, maybe so. But it's not oak, it's not hickory, it's not locust, it's not a high grade wood. But I'm sure it burns fine for campfire wood. So on to the next one we go. Here I am now at probably one of the biggest shopping centers as far as groceries in this area. It brings a lot of people in. It's called Triggs. Everybody knows about it in this area. And here we are again in the front of the store. We got Mr. Foley with his nice looking bundles, and he's got a couple of them here. There's another pallet, and it's $4.99. You can see the sign in the window there, and his nice wrapped piles. Mr. Foley's a busy man, or busy woman if it's Mrs. Foley, whatever. More bundles, and they look nice, and I'm sure they sell a buttload of them here. That's be my guess. On to the next spot. Yes, I am now at a Tractor Supply. I just happened to be driving past this, and they too have firewood. Now this is kind of tucked way out of the way here. It's heat-treated firewood, mountain timbers. This place is out of something, Minnesota. Cass and Crow Wing County, Minnesota. It's 0.75 cubic feet. It's very wet. It's sitting out in the open, but there's a lot of oak I see here. This is all oak right here. It looks like white oak. Here's some soft maple, more oak, some ash down there. So it's 0.75, and the price is 3 for $15, or 1 for $5.99. And So yeah, at least it's getting some air here, but it's not covered. So there it is. There's another one. Now, one of the things that I've noticed on my trip here to go look at all these different places that are selling is I haven't seen hardly anybody with a roadside stand, a small operator, which I would think there would be some, but I'm not really out of town. I'm kind of in town, just going around to all these different places. If I was to go outside of town on some of the side roads, I'm sure I would find some. But I've been driving around now for like an hour and a half, going to all these different places, just recording what as soon as I see wood, I just pull over, kind of hitting all the main spots. We're gonna go down the road and see if I can find another one for us. I am back from my drive around road trip bundle searching adventure. And it was interesting. I saw a bunch of different displays, got to look at how people wrap stuff differently, as you got to see. Obviously, to me, the presentation is very important. One thing I noticed is not one single place that I went to had the mesh bags, you know, the onion bags, you know, the bags that you stuff full. And the biggest bundle I saw was about a cubic foot. Everything else was either 0.75 or 0.60. And I think, this is my belief, that there's probably a pretty good market for someone who's going to bundle bigger bundles. And another thing that I've thought of myself, which I would start doing if I start doing bundling, is I would have specific kinds of wood bundled and labeled. It's something that I've had for an idea now for quite a while, to do either like all birch, all oak, all cherry, all pine, have it labeled by what kind of wood it is instead of saying just mixed hardwood. And nobody had pine that I saw, which there's a lot of people that I sell campfire wood to, they like pine for campfire wood. So nobody had that either. So those are things that I noticed. I only saw that one place that had kindling too. There was nobody else that had kindling. And I think that's because kindling is very labor intensive to produce. It's my opinion, I could be wrong. I think there's just a lot more handling to it. You got to charge a lot more for it. One of the things I did notice is there was only a couple places that had a quantity discount, where if you bought, I think it was the Christ stores, if you bought one bundle it was $6.99 or $95, and if you bought two bundles it was $12, so you saved a couple bucks. And I do know that people that I talked to, my brother and other people that have firewood stands that are, you know, private owner little bitty stands or front yard type things, is that they package it so that if somebody buys multiple quantities, they're getting a good discount. And I know from what everybody's told me that they sell a lot of multiple packages at a time. So that's just something to think about if you're working on a stand or working on different locations. Now, the one place, as you saw, had a lot of locations. He's obviously the big major player in this area. Again, like I said, I'm in northern Wisconsin on vacation. We're in the Minocqua area. This is the little lake we're on. I walked down to the dock just to show you here. There's a little lake we're on, and very quiet. There's no boats or anything. I think fishing would be great, but I'm not a fisherman. I see fish jumping all over the place out there every day. And I've heard there's good fishing here. But I got to go back up my 80 steps to get back up to the top now, and that's it for today, folks. Thanks for being here. Please hit the buttons. You know what to do. Hit the like, the subscribe, the share. And tomorrow I'll be back again. We'll do another woodyard video. We'll keep it happening as long as I can breathe, as long as I can keep it going. And between now and then, get outside, get cutting. Good night, Irene. I'm getting tired already. I'm not even halfway. Whew. Getting winded. I gotta go catch my breath.